or something there.
Okay, we're starting to talk about bruises on heads and all sorts of stuff here, guys. I just found out Mike informed me that I can start and stop the camera from my watch. So I just started it. I'm already filming now, so we're moving on to our next pick. Mike showed me this. We're talking about the Three Boys Whiskey Thief Distillery and some
Cuts
of
on Tom's head.
Cuts on Tom's head. It's quite the enjoyable conversation here right now, and it looks like a pretty good picture. We get the back of Tom's head; you can't see his cut, so we're pretty good with that. But we should be going through right now, and let me make sure this is still going like I think it is. Yep, we're going, and it's moving in the right direction. So we should be about ready to try the Eagle Rare. So last night I did a review over the Eagle Rare. I tried that and gave my story of how the heck we found it. So I think it's a good measure to, once you guys are finished, go through that. But Tom, I want you to explain just a little bit more before we go into it on your experience with the private label and the stuff you're doing with Three Boys and the barrel that you were just talking about.
Well, I don't know. Three Boys is kind of interesting, but like all the other distilleries, a lot of them, they bottle several labels.
Yeah.
And they bottle, I think they do a regular run for somebody, because I saw several boxes there with labels on them. So there's somebody, maybe a restaurant or whatnot, that's getting their own label made for them. But they do quite a bit of private label stuff. And some acquaintances just did a barrel that they had bought from someone else that put it down years ago. It's a 15-year, and they'd been housing it for these guys for a while, and they got to the point that they thought it was probably time to bottle it. And so we went down for a tasting, which was pretty interesting. It took them, after 15 years, it took a lot of effort to get the bung out of the I mean, they had several people going at it trying to get it out of there, and they didn't know what they were going to get. You know, it's been sitting there for...
So they had never opened it in that 15 years?
No.
Because the one that I was talking about, apparently he'd opened it a number of times.
Yeah, and probably get some boxes, some issues by doing that.
Yeah, and they do that. You know, if you're kind of in the production business, you're going to. But they opened it up, and everybody had a little taste of it, and they decided that, well, we need to find out what proof it is. So they got their little proof meter out and proofed it at 138 proof.
So you gotta water it down a little bit.
And everybody looked at each other and went,
That's good enough.
That's 138? Because it did not taste like 138. So I can tell you, a 15-year-old 138 that's lived the life that it lived up to that point.
So you're probably looking at 100 bottles?
It depends on what you're going to do with it.
You gonna lower down the proof?
Well, that was discussed, and they said, let's, at 138, let's leave it barrel proof.
Okay.
Because
and
that's really rare.
Exactly.
And that's what the guys there, the owners of Whiskey Thief, said. They went, holy cow, what are you guys gonna do with this thing? And they said, well, it was discussed, though they left it at that, figuring if anybody wanted to tame it down a little bit, if it was too much for them,
you can always add water.
You can always add water, which is all they do.
Yeah.
To do that.
That's what I love about that Glens Creek, because those guys
There's
talk about, you know, we're gonna bottle it barrel proof because we can add, you know, and we're gonna sell it accordingly.
Yeah.
But it's one of two choices: either we can add water,
Or you can add water,
or you don't. And I guess third choice is you don't have to add water, right?
Right. So, yeah. So it was bottled at 138.
Okay.
I don't have any of it yet. We're still waiting for the labels to be made, but once the labels are made, I've been promised a bottle.
Nice.
So it will probably show up here.
Okay.
Hopefully I'll get 2 bottles, one to set aside and one to...
Well, fair.
Set aside.
Okay, so we poured some Eagle Rare here. I know that you probably did not sign up for the story of Tom's side bourbon project that was there, but it's a cool story. So we got some Eagle Rare. This is from the bottle. If you've watched my other video, found it randomly at a liquor store and had to wait a day and then go get where he's gonna rinse some glasses out. Actually went in and I told him I couldn't buy it then. I had to go back the next day. Ended up getting it, and then I bought this. You bought a half gallon of Weller, right?
Yeah, Weller Special Reserve.
Yeah, father-in-law Dave, he did E.H. Taylor. We had one guy. Well, Eagle Rare was purchased. That's some
Nathan had Eagle Rare.
Yeah, and I think that we also had Brent took out something too, some Weller. Is it the same as yours?
Yeah,
or
he
is it
did.
foolproof?
We got the small one.
Yeah, they had a bunch of Willet stuff.
Yeah.
So it was kind of those lucky finds.
And what was the other one that the other guy got?
He got a Weller foolproof, and there's the Knob Creek.
There was an
18 year in there. There was Elijah Craig 18. They had some Dickel in there. It was one of those like money finds where I literally was looking at the liquor store trying to find some stuff for my wife. Next thing I know, I had the chance to get some of the allocated bourbon. So it's kind of a strange ordeal there, but a good one.
Well, they made a lot of money on us that day.
Yeah, I'm not sure 100% of that was by excise code, but we're not going to sit here and talk about that on the video. We're not going to fully admit that any of that may have happened or not. I cannot confirm nor deny things.
Probably cut.
Yeah, we didn't say what happened. It just occurred. So we got Eagle Rare here. This is a 10-year for you guys that are unaware. Kentucky Straight Bourbon from the Buffalo Trace, in case you're curious. Big description on the back, but I'll let you guys do the describing. I've given my review and I've tasted and read other reviews, so I feel as if I wasn't far off. I want to see what you guys think and what you taste here. So nose it, tell me what you taste, and then tell me how it finishes. And I can give you my opinion on the matter too. Not that my opinion's any more right than any of yours.
Well, I like pretty much everything Buffalo tastes.
Tom's not gonna be mad. So what do you taste there, Tom?
What's that first? It's a really.
Almost get a little honey maybe. Something,
Okay.
something a little sweet on the nose, but not floral.
Almost citrus, not
Yeah,
maybe.
maybe
Okay.
a little orangish.
What do you taste
Yeah.
there, Mikey?
Yeah,
You don't know you like it?
yeah. I mean, maybe any cinnamon in there.
Yeah. I think you should probably get a little vanilla and oak. Very oak forward.
Definitely oak forward.
And the other one that I read, and I wasn't sure I believed it.
But
I read this after I did my tasting. My initial was you had some citrus, you had some oak, and I thought you got some brown sugary caramel in it. That was my initial read.
There's some finish on a little caramel there, I think.
Oh, really? Oh my gosh, Nerf gun fight in the middle of what's going on. There's my kiddo, Daniel. We're having a Nerf gun fight during this.
I think all of those had to go up there.
You have to love them individually.
Individually, yeah.
Yes.
That's
So-
horse crap.
So another thing that I read, and we'll just let this go while we're doing.
Yeah.
Toasted marshmallow.
Yeah.
Do you taste toasted marshmallow? Graham cracker and toasted marshmallow. I guess the guy
You
just
know,
had, yeah.
I know
We're
we had
recording, we're having fun.
toasted marshmallow on Christmas Eve at the Oaks. So.
You gotta go.
We are
But
we
you
are
have to
being shot by a
remember-
Nerf gun.
Even the Eagle Rare.
We are under
even
attack.
A high production one
Yeah.
is going. Each one's going to taste a little different. So you could have one batch that did have a little more marshmallow taste to it.
But I sit here and smell it now. After I read that, I went, holy crap, I can smell it.
Marshmallow?
Toasted marshmallow.
I can smell it more than I taste it.
I was only on the nose. It wasn't on the
Yeah,
taste. It was
yeah.
the nose only. Honey was brought up too in the other review.
I can taste a little honey right in the beginning.
You gotta
And it was, I also read
But I
it was
also
very sweet.
the citrus taste is there too.
That's what I get initially.
I get
It's a
Oh, that was good.
almost orange
That-
peel.
yeah, I think
Almost
it's
orange
yeah.
peel.
That's what I'm going with.
Mike, can you
Yeah.
taste any of these as we talk about?
Yeah,
ready?
I'm gonna say negative.
Negative Ghost Rider.
Yeah, my taste buds must be junk or something.
Okay. Okay.
Hey,
That's a
not
lost,
award.
lost nose in the stroke or something.
Yeah, probably. He's one stroke under par, folks.
Maybe you just haven't had enough.
So, my kid's running around here like a crazy man picking up darts. If you see him, just say hi, Daniel. Okay, so you smelled the nose. What other flavors we get? I'm gonna push that through and
Good
Actually,
job.
after it sits for a while and you haven't had any, I have a little aftertaste of maybe coconut as an aftertaste. But I haven't had any coconut or anything like that today.
I can see that. So I tasted this.
But I mean, it's after not having any for a minute or two, there's a little bit of a coconut taste.
So last night when you watched my review, I was drinking on the rocks, having no other bourbon for the day. I agree with you. I taste coconut.
Yeah.
I'm drinking it straight, neat
I'm
right
not
now.
saying coconut in there, right?
A little bit, just let it finish on the tongue.
Not
Not the taste.
until minutes afterwards.
Drink it, let it sit for a
No,
moment.
And it's like,
you're in.
wait, where's
I was
that
in
taste
there
coming from?
doing some my
You're
business
you're
and-
peeing while you're licking your lips or something?
No, I was just not the
Licking your
lips. It's
wounds.
just the inhaling. And, yes, it's like
no, that's definitely a little coconut there.
yes, it is.
Toasted coconut, I think is where I would go with.
Probably because it doesn't have that vegetative flavor so much.
Okay, so now we've had this. Now we officially are at the end of our video series for the night. Mike, which one did you pick?
I think Eagle Rare by far.
Why?
That bottle will
Why?
put you in trouble.
Why would
It
you
is
pick
just
it?
the smoothest drinking stuff I've had.
Dave, which bottle would you pick?
I think I'd go with the Three Boys.
Okay, 3 boys for Dave. Tommy?
Well, I'll tell you, it's depends on the night.
Okay, so what are you doing tonight?
If I was sitting alone, I'd probably have some Eagle Rare.
Okay.
Or if I was over at Mike's house, I'd have some of his Eagle Rare.
Fair.
But if I was experimenting in a more adventurous mood, I would think I'd go with the unknown.
Okay.
And that's always going to be something like this. Might not be theirs, but it'd probably be that.
Sorry.
I couldn't
No,
pick one.
I agree, Tom, that you want to try things that you haven't had.
Yeah.
Try things you want, a new experience. Like I said,
Now,
it might be the best you ever had.
If I walked home in the evening and I went, I don't know what I want. I want to sit down and have a drink, and I had a bottle of it. I know what I'm going to get. It's going to be an old friend,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
and this is going to be I don't know if I'm even going to like you or not. We might not be friends after this.
Ready?
Now look at
You're
that.
too young.
We're definitely not going to be friends. You're okay to hang around with, but I like to eat your dog.
Yeah. I like that description of that. Okay, so mine. Okay, so I feel like I drink a decent amount of bourbon, and I've tried different things. I think I'd be an immediate Three Boys pick here. I like the craziness. I like the stuff that's there. Eagle Rare would be second, and Garrison would be third.
Give me 5.
Okay, so Daniel, can you tell everybody? Can you sit on Daddy's lap and tell everybody bye real quick? Come here. Bye from
No, he's
Daniel.
being chased down.
Give me 5.
So, we've been shooting Nerf darts, we've been getting videos here. I think we're in agreement. Our top 2 are Three Boys and Eagle Rare. I think it's a 50-50 split on the type of night you want to do. If you want Eagle Rare or you want the Three Boys. Sorry, Kurt, we appreciate the bottle and it does not taste bad. But if you're listening to this, it's not as good as the other 2. So note that for yourself in the back of your mind. And this is Bourbon Master and the Indiana Barrels Pick Club. So appreciate the watching. These guys will be back in a future episode of some sort. To taste some more bourbon. I know sitting out there we've got a Buffalo Trace
Twist
pick
my
from
arm.
Crown Liquor. We've got E.H. Taylor. We got Jim Beam Double Oaked, which isn't that great. We got an Old Forester Bottled and Bond back there. We got a few different things, and I know Tom's got some stuff, Mikey's got some stuff, and I've got some stuff at home. You never know what we're going to try. So make sure to subscribe and follow the blog at thebourbonmaster.com.